Alright guys, so we just pulled up to our first vehicle. It's under the underground garage. So customer, like I said, the car was parked for quite a long time. I believe that's a white one right there, but I'm not too sure. We have to confirm, so I'm just following right now. No, that's not the right one. We are still going. Guessing we are getting towards the end, so I believe our car should be near. Alright, let me find the parking spot and then I'll bring you guys back. Alright guys, so I just pulled up on the vehicle. We are under the underground parking lot or garage, whatever you can call it. So I've already connected my battery tester. Today we are top down, using the top down equipment. So this is the battery tester. It is the BT600. You can see the positive is connected, negative, and there's no light. So we're going to jump this vehicle. I checked the oil level. It looked okay. The customer wants to change the oil. You can see we got oil on the dipstick right there. So we'll put the dipstick back. The battery is dead completely, so we'll take off our battery tester. By the way, we got a new battery for it, so we're going to run it for a couple minutes so that we can actually just warm up the oil before we drain it. I hope it will pick the jump, because the car has been parked for almost a year. That's what the customer says. We got some light, so let me go start the vehicle and then we'll let it run for a while. Sorry about that, the camera fell down. The car will start and stop, so I'll start by actually changing the battery and then we'll go from there. Alright guys, so we got the car running with the new battery, so we're going to let it run for a while just to warm up the oil and mix it up, and then we'll raise it up, blend the oil, put the new filter, and then we'll check something else to see what else is going on. I saw the engine check light is on, so we'll read the code and then we'll go from there. Alright guys, so right now we're at the bottom. We raised the car, we ran for a couple minutes. Now we are going to drain the oil using a 30mm socket with a ratchet. We got the oil draining at the same time. I'm cleaning the drain plug, which is good to go. So just wait for the oil to finish draining, and then we'll take the filter out. It's up top right there, so I can pick it up, I'll show you once we take it out. We are now putting back the drain plug. Inspect the gasket, make sure everything is good. Now test everything is okay. Wipe off excess oil. I'll move my drain off the way just a little bit so that I can access the filter, which is up top, like I said. I'm going in there with my filter wrench. Grab the ratchet, just snag the drain plug as well, just like so. Wipe off most of the excess oil and make sure the filter is tight one more time, and then we'll lower the vehicle and pour in some fresh oil. So make sure you clean up the oil drips. There's some brake clean right there, it's not the oil, so I cleaned up all the oil that I dripped. So right now I'm going to lower the vehicle, and then we're going to pour in some fresh 5W20 for synthetic oil right there. It takes 4.5 quarts, so let me set myself up and then we go from there. Alright, everything is all good to go. We are pouring in some 4.5 quarts of fresh oil, 5W20 for synthetic oil. And also make sure when you're using for synthetic oil, always use some extended life oil filters. They just do a good job in cleaning and filtering the oil, so don't use cheap oil or cheap filters. It's gonna ruin your vehicle. So right now, just topping off some oil, then we'll run the vehicle. This car, by the way, takes 4.5 quarts, and then we're going to pre-scan the vehicle because our engine check light is on. We see what cause we have. Just guessing, it might be the master flow sensor, because we did disconnect the master flow sensor when installing and removing the new battery right there. So let me go inside the vehicle, run it, and then let's see what cause we got. Alright guys, so the vehicle is running, engine check light is on, and these are the codes we got right there. You can see we got P068A, ECM electronic control module, PCM power relay de-energized to LE. We got the ABS code right there. We got the battery energy control module right there. So lost communication, which is U0100. So pretty much these are kind of, battery related. The car being parked for a long time, and we got that number for one, which is B11D9 vehicle battery. So we're just gonna reset the engine check light, and then pretty much this car should be good to go. So let me just reset the light and then we'll go from there. So right now we'll turn the vehicle off and just put it on accessory mode, and then we're just gonna reset the engine check light just like so. And then we are going to run it just to make sure we should be good. So you can see we are good right there. So right now the hood is open, pretty much you can see the hood is open, and then we need to reset the oil light. So let me figure out how to reset the oil light on these ones. Haven't done this in a long time. I think this is the one you have to press the brake pedal and the accelerator pedal at the same time. So let me see, let me turn the car off. Just to press OK right there, and then let's turn it off, and then we press the accelerator pedal and the gas pedal at the same time. So we'll turn it off, and then I might be wrong. I think you have to turn the vehicle on first, and then press those two at the same time. Let's see what we got right there on the screen. We'll take those out. Let's see what we got. I might be wrong, but let's see what we got. So it's not taking it. Let's see if we can scroll through using this manual right there. Let's go to trip A. Let's see what we got. I don't see anything tangible right there. Let's go to settings and press OK. Let's go to information and see what we got. Oh, there we go. We got the oil life on the information button, and then we'll press OK. You can see right there it is at 16%, so we will hold the OK button, and then oil life reset complete 100%. So that was a good catch. Actually, it was at 16%. So everything is done on this vehicle. I'm gonna let the customer know, and then pretty much it was just the battery and then changing the oil, and then pretty much everything is good. So this is it for this vehicle. I'll catch you on the other vehicle, which is the next one. Alright guys, so our next vehicle is a 2021 Mitsubishi Outlander with a 2.0 liters 4-cylinder engine, all-wheel drive. So we were doing a complete vehicle inspection. Customer will need brakes all around, and then we're doing an oil change and spark plug. So we've already drained the oil. We got the oil filter, and we're using this Mobile One W20 for synthetic oil 4.9 code. So right now, let's put the drain plug back on and take out the old filter, install the new filter, and then install the tire right there, and then lower the vehicle, and then we go and change the spark plugs, and then refill some fresh oil. Just wipe the plug, the right, make sure it looks good. Then switch to your ratchet and just tighten it. Don't go too crazy, just snap it. That's okay. Rub the filters off, and then switch to the oil filter. This is the filter location. Just unscrew it. This one wasn't too crazy, it wasn't too tight. Let it drain. Make sure the filter comes out with the gasket. We got the new one right there, that's the part number. Take off the plastic like so. Add a little bit of oil on the gasket, and then just tighten it. Don't go too crazy, just like so. Wipe off excess oil. Make sure everything is good, and then we'll switch to installing the tire, lower the vehicle, and then we'll switch the spark plugs before we refill the oil. For the spark plug, pretty easy. This is a 4-cylinder. You got 3 bolts holding this cover. There's one there, two there, three right there. These are the ones. We took out the bolts using a 10mm socket with the hyper-tough cordless tool, and then we got the 4 ignition coils exposed. So go ahead and take off the 4 10mm bolts. Put them somewhere safe so that you don't lose them, and then we can pull these ignition coils. The good part about these, they got long wires, so it should be good pulling them off just like so. Let them lay on the side in their sequencing, and then grab yourself a 5/8 magnetic ignition coil, spark plug socket. This one wiggles, so right now, put our funnel ready to actually pour in some fresh oil. Make sure the funnel is clean. This car takes 4.9 coats. Surprisingly, the 2.5 also takes the same amount of oil. So using wider funnels, they make the pouring move faster. Stay up, run the vehicle, and then we'll check the level. So the car runs perfectly fine, no lights. So what's remaining is just resetting the oil light, and then torque the wheels to spec, and then we're going to recommend rear shocks, rear brake pads and rotors. Actually the light just popped up. We're going to reset that light. Like I was saying, recommend rear brake pads and rotors, front brake pads and rotors, rear shocks, serpentine belt, and then a transmission CVT fluid service. So let me figure out how to reset this light, and then we'll go from there. I don't really remember how to reset these lights. It's been a long time. I think you have to turn the car on, let it run. Let's confirm the light. The hood is open. It's just going through the cycle. That's the maintenance routine. Routine maintenance required. So we'll turn the car off. I think these you have to hold this one, hold that one, immediately starts flashing, you let go, and then press it one more time, and you can see it says clear. So 6,800 miles to the next oil change, which is the 3 months. That's how I reset the light on that on this Mitsubishi Outlander 2021. So right now I'm going to torque the wheels to spec, and then we'll recommend the services that I just did mention. So that's it on this vehicle. We'll see you on the next one. Alright guys, so I just put up on my other job. This is a 2017 Hyundai Elantra, and we are doing a CV axle for the driver's side. I got the part right there, TRQ, courtesy of 1A Auto. So I've jacked up the driver's side, secured with the jack stand. So we'll take off the 5 lug nuts using a 21mm socket with the impact wrench. So let me do that, and then we get to the next stage. Alright guys, so after taking the tire off, we are going to take off this CV axle nut. If you see right there, it's been punched on the top and then also on the slot at the bottom. We are going to use a screwdriver to open those, like take them off, otherwise it will damage the threads. So we'll punch them off and then I'll show you how they look afterwards. And then we're going to take off this cutter pin right here, and then we'll take off the 17mm nut, I believe so. We'll also take off, this is a 14 bolt head, and this is a 17, sorry, and then this is a 19mm nut. We'll take off this brake line, I believe this one is a 12 right there, and then the CV axle should be good to go. So right now I'm tapping onto the tie rod knuckle to separate the tie rod from the knuckle. Side, and then you just have to pry. Separate the body from the control, and then you get pry by, and then you So we managed to separate that. So right now let me take off the CV axle nut. We use a 32mm impact socket with a rigid wrench. So we got the axle out, so right now I'll slide with the pry bar at the bottom, and then we can just pry it out. So you have to slide down there with the pry bar. In my case, I just went to this screwdriver, and then the axle comes out just like so. You can see it's been leaking and causing some noise. So right now we got the new one. Let me sit tight, and then we'll go from there. Got the new one side to side with the old one. They look exactly the same, so I'll just go ahead and install the new one, and then we'll go from there. So you want to put it so it's tight as it's on. set it to two 17 foot-pound. Grab yourself a screwdriver, lock it in there, and then once it locks, you'll be able to actually torque it. Let the torque wrench click, just like so. One more time. And then we're going to punch the nuts to lock it. Alright guys, so you can see we got our cutter pin back on with our nut on the tie rod, and then we got the nut punched in, locked, and then at the bottom we got our bolts and nuts on the ball joint to the control arm right there. This is the safest way and smartest way of taking the CV axle because you haven't messed up with the alignment. So we're just gonna put the wheel back on, torque it to spec, and then customer should be good to go. Alright guys, so this marks the CV axle replacement on this one. We are jumping on to the next one. It's at the same location for the visor, and also customer states they are hearing some noise, so we'll check it out. But for the most part, we are replacing the driver side visor, so see you on the next one. Alright guys, so the other vehicle is a 2017 Elantra with the driver side visor. You can see it's broken right there and it's just flapping. It can't even hold. So we got the new one for that one. So all you gotta do is take off that torque screw right there, and we're going to use the T30 to take that out, and then we'll take that one out and then replace it with a new one, which is right there. And then it comes off just like so. So it's got a hook right there. That's the one you have to hook in first and then align the screw, and then you can set it up to the other side. Alright guys, so we got the visor replaced just like so. Pretty easy and straightforward, just one screw. And right now we'll head to the passenger side and see what the customer's noise is. So right now try to shake the wheel. It's kind of solid, so let me crawl under and see if I can see anything.
He looks okay. The ball joint looks okay as well. The tie rod looks okay as well. It's right on. Looks okay as well. And we got a pry down there. We'll check it one more time.
I think you even do a video on how to remove a tie, you know? With what you're doing, you know, to put it back.
You guys need to learn all this.
Huh?
So you guys need to learn all this. didn't see anything obvious. They're not too comfortable with that sound, but I think that's okay. So I'm gonna drop the vehicle and then try to actually